She's finally feeling fear, and that's a good sign. Hi there, I'm Qui-dam, your broken expert in human in the world, and today we're gonna be left retraumatized by Vi's story. So be careful, please, and try to watch it till the end in order not to get stuck in those hard emotions. Since it's the second part of Vi's analysis, I recommend you to check the first one. Here. Still, I've prepared a recap for you. And our plan is the next. First, a small recap of Vi's basics, the one that I mentioned earlier. Second, the main ideas of her psychological development in Act 2 and Act 3 of Season 2. Third, the details of this development with some Google translation from Vi's actions and words into some simple ideas or projections. And the last one, a big sum-up schema of her all development in the first season and in the second, all the things that we discussed in these two videos. Okay, earlier we figured out that Vi is stuck in her past when she finally gets her freedom back. She tries to behave the same way, but those mechanisms are not working in the new reality. This leads to a huge identity crisis. Getting a mixed signal from Banter, she raised herself as a function, being everyone's protector, so that she will be needed, and so that she can run away from her own fear she experienced when the world was cruel to her. But who is she, when the people she protected so desperately don't need her protection any longer? The unsaved child, who is about to face herself. It was a really promising story, and I felt happy for her in Act 2. But then we got Act 3. Okay, step by step. Vi reaches her bottom. Her first reaction is anger, creating chaos around her and managing it with her fists helps Vi to feel she can control something and to avoid the pain lying deep inside since the tragedy on that bridge. Eventually, her inner child that wants to be happy sabotages her self-destruction. She attempts to believe Jinx and find out who her sister is as a person, and gets a reward for her bravery and curiosity. She attempts to trust Caitlyn again, and that makes her happy, sensitive, and vulnerable. Alas, it happens in the middle of the war, which retraumatizes Vi. Now, all that remains is to fully experience that loss and grief again. Let's start. Self-destruction is my way to punish myself for being not good enough, for being not a good function. Since neither Caitlyn nor Jinx doesn't need my help, I should treat myself badly as a useless trash. Plus, it's a way to hide my deep feelings that I'm alone and not safe by creating a chaos around me with help of my anger fists. That gives me an idea that I control the situation, but it's just an illusion. I can't run away from myself no matter how hard I try. In this scene, Cait's figure is not just a memory of her lover, it's also a reminder of Vi's inner child. Actually, they are quite alike, Caitlyn and Vi. I mean, in their inner structure. They both were not accepted by the world that surrounded them. Both tried to figure out how to get some fresh air while being under the pressure. They both are curious and stubborn. They both have the same defense mechanisms that were created to protect their inner children, with a big difference. Caitlyn's spoiled mongoose remains the same protection, the same figure that helps to fulfill the wishes and needs of her misfit inner girl.
My actions! You know what else reflects on the council?
While Vice Protector distances from her unsaved inner child. And no wonder they understand each other so well and know how to support their lover. They're really good partners. So Cait here, screaming so furiously, is Vi's inner child part that was ignored for a long period of time. And now when her inner protector, who kinda hated this inner child, is becoming weak due to some events, this unsaved, suppressed child is raising her voice, reminding that she exists, she has her needs, and she has her pain and tragedy. And here is a sign of it. Vi is angry. At Jinx. And not only at herself, like in this episode. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. So Jinx betrayed her trust, in her eyes, still. Though, let's be honest, it was just her expectation. She saw that things would be the same when she got her freedom back. Well, we can't blame her for that. But look at her logic. I'm realizing now that it was my expectation from the start, not the reality. And surely it was my mistake. That's why I need to punish myself and the one who resembles me the most. Or to be more specific, the one that resembles her inner child, who doesn't deserve to be cared, heard,
You're not hearing me.
or saved. Jinx's tears that look a little bit like blood brings back Vi into this reality from her inner conflict. By the way, it's not for the first time. Maybe because of this, but it's just a guess.
We?
Vi is on her guard now. She doesn't trust this new old version of Jinx. She doesn't know her. And Jinx, well, she's just playing around.
Not even toxic. Well,
She's relaxed here, and that what really pisses Vi off.
When are you gonna admit that this is just another one of your fantasies? Or do you not want the kid to know how delusional you are?
That's a projection. Lol. So, Vi is uncomfortable around Jinx now. She doesn't know her, she doesn't trust her, and when the situation is uncertain, Vi usually attacks. Whether it's words or fists, doesn't matter.
See what I mean? Delusional.
Because she's afraid to be hurt, and in this case, to be hurt again, and to be wrong again by choosing to trust Jinx. Hopefully, Isha saves the situation.
hey, kid. Still got all your insides?
Vi finally sees Jinx. Crazy, but caring, warm, adult. A protector, just like Vi. And Vi finally knows now.
Why'd you come get me? You don't actually need my help. You haven't for a long time.
But
Besides, he's your father too.
she pays attention to my feelings. She cares about me. It's so suddenly. It's new. I know this feeling from Cait, but it's unexpectedly good, trustworthy. And the link between them starts recovering and getting stronger since they're so alike. What's more important, she's ready to make her own judgments about Jinx, about Vander, Silco, and herself.
I'm sorry. When she died, I lost my head. I told myself what I did to you was for the greater good, that you deserved it. But the dirt was on both our hands.
Vander can be wrong. And this is a really important idea for Vi. He can make mistakes. He's not a god, and she doesn't need to follow all his rules, all his expectations of her. She just needs to decide how she wants to live her life on her own, in accordance with her preferences and needs. And finally,
God, it's him. You have to believe me.
I'm ready to believe you.
What are you waiting for? He's your dad, too.
I don't regret believing you. So, her choices are: the first one, she will do a lot to protect her family, but now it's more likely her choice. Though she's not quite stable right now. Look,
We're gonna get you out of there, Vander.
taking too much responsibility for the things that she and control. Second, she's choosing Jinx, and it's more likely because she chooses her as a separate person whom she respects.
What do you think? You actually want my opinion?
Rather than because she needs to protect her projection of her inner child onto her sister.
What if we stayed? Help them out?
Vi now feels quite harmonious, and her encounters with Caitlyn and Ambessa prove it. First, Caitlyn.
Here, like where I landed when this rich, unhinged mongoose just tackled me.
Look at this aggressive behavior. It's great. And it's the result of her protective communication with Jinx.
Last chance to surrender. Go right ahead, fat hands.
Vi now can be angry at the most precious people in her life and not feeling guilty or be blamed for all the deeds of the world. It's great, really. But she's still kinda shy and not sure if she can take the things that she wants the most from this world, from the outside world. That's why she's not looking into Caitlyn's eyes after...
Don't sugarcoat it, cupcake.
Yes, they're still a good match. By the way, that speed might be an expression of her suppressed feelings. Like, you threw me away like a trash because of your shitty revenge, not even listening to me. Second, Ambessa. Her conversation with that woman shows how stable she has become. Vi is not an angry, terrified girl who uses her fists in any uncertain situation, but she's patient and calm in face of a really strong enemy this time. And it all goes well until Arcane screenwriters decide that we need more drama.
Arrested?
That is her trigger. Remember how their previous collaboration ended? So here the logic is. Jinx is arrested. That must be Caitlyn's dead. And then that must be she's still crazy about her shitty revenge. Then she won't listen to me again and hurt me. And that's why I should attack first.
Vi, she saved your life. If you will just calm down for one... Even knowing you'd never have done the same for her.
Protecting Jinx is also the remains of my own anger towards you. I'm protecting my inner child whom you left so cruelly. I did everything. I even took that shitty badge, knowing that you would never do the same for me. You spoiled mongoose.
Who decides who gets a second chance?
By the way, that's a little bit manipulative. So now Vi is unstable again, and she's in her inner world now, more than in the reality. Of course, she just gets two hurtful triggers: Vander's death and Caitlyn's betrayal. Ready to fight with that projection of her inner child onto her sister, She comes to Jinx, who is in a totally different state now.
What are you doing?
And Vi doesn't pay attention to it. She's too deep in her own inner world.
If you come, help use all that explosive potential of yours for good, maybe we could rewrite your story like you did with Zahn.
Maybe I could rewrite my own story and be happy with people that I love and protecting the things that are precious to me. Actually, she's not that wrong. She acts based on previously gathered information, real facts. That Jinx is not just some kind of psycho. She's a person who cares about others and who protects them. Still, her psyche is not that flexible as Caitlyn's, for example. She fixates on something for a longer time, perhaps because her psychological developmental cycle is really long. Remember, she lived under the same pressure that made her a protector for too many years. I was the one delusional. Cait's phrases in the prison are crucial to both Vi's inner parts.
You really think I needed all the guards at the Hex Gates?
Wait, you actually cared about me? And you support me? For her inner child, it means that her feelings are not ignored. She is saved in a situation when she lost everything. She is not alone now with her fear. There is someone who cares about her, who is ready to help and to protect her. For her defense mechanism, for her protector in a part, it means that she's not blamed for everything in this world. It's not her fault, because she did the right things, but there are just too many factors that influence the whole situation. She just couldn't control everything. She is not alone with all that responsibility, and there is someone who is right behind her, who cares about her, and who is ready to help her and to share this burden. And that's how she can finally integrate these two inner parts of hers into whole.
I don't fucking care.
Cait, I'll think about it later. Let me be here and now, with you. Unfortunately, she becomes sensitive and vulnerable just in the middle of the war. That's why she reacts so strongly. It's a really tense and horrible atmosphere for her psyche, or stimulating. She's not emotionally prepared for it, and she knows it. Look at her reaction before it all starts. She's scared. In fact, we can count this episode as a retraumatization, but hopefully she's no longer a small girl who can't protect herself. She's a grown-up woman now who can defend herself and her beloved ones. She's doing just fine. Seems like she can manage it all, but she is choosing not the right time to grieve. Vi stays integrated, but for a while she'll be too sensitive, cautious, and cleaning with Caitlyn, intensively feeling fear to lose her and to make a mistake.
It's just a tune my mother used to hum.
However, by this moment she knows that not everything in this world is her responsibility or fault, and that her feelings matter. She is enough, the way she is, to be cared about, and now that is what she really needs: love and care.
Are you still in this fight, Violet?
It was never a fight from the start. It was a defeat that I didn't recognize until now. I need some time for myself to think. But, you know, at least I'm sure that
I am the dirt under your nails, Cupcake. Nothing's gonna clean me out.
finally, I've prepared a really big schema that shows all the psychological developments of why I love schemas. So let me show you this one, please, okay? It sums up all that we discuss in these two videos. Come closer. So, this is the 0 point when Vi was born. The whole plane is divided into two parts: the world's territory and Vi's inner world territory. You can count anything here: people, safety, possibilities to develop. Like, from the start, Vi had a family who loved her and cared about her. They supported her exploring the world, and that's why her inner world territory expanded. But suddenly, a tragedy occurred. She lost not just her parents, but their love, their protection, and the stability around her. That caused inner dissociation. The red line represents Vi's protector, the defense mechanism. The green line is Vi's inner child. The last one was terrified, and Vi, due to her emotional immaturity, couldn't cope with that fear. Plus, Vander sent her a mixed signal. She needed to take responsibility for everything like an adult, and that helped her to develop her protective side. But at the same time, her opinion was not important, because she was a child. And that made her distance her from her inner child part. Only having powder and projecting her need to be saved onto her sister helped Vi not to forget about herself completely. The link with powder saved Vi's sanity, plus she encountered Caitlyn, who recognized Vi's feelings and needs. But she didn't get a chance to recover. After that, she pushed her protective side beyond her limits, ignoring her unsaved child, and broke. Her protector fell at the bottom for a while until she lost all her energy to suppress the other inner part. Jinx came in time to show some care for Vi's inner child, giving her the thing that she needed, acknowledgement of her feelings. And Vi learned to express herself a lot during their interaction. Vander's return kinda improved Vi's protector side, but what helped more was Cait's acceptance and love for both of her inner parts, so she could integrate them into one. And then came the war and the losses, but Vi is still integrated and moreover has a promising future with her lover. I hope you enjoyed this video because I definitely did, and I hope you're not too depressed. Our next stop will be Jinx with some Ekko's edition. Prepare yourself emotionally, okay? So, if you don't want to miss it, subscribe please. Also, this structural analysis was based on my theory of anything, and please check out these videos, they're quite fun, except the parts when I'm talking about my therapy and unrequited love, blah blah blah. Okay, and of course if you want to support me, I have Bootsy. The link is on my page. See you later, guys.